here I am again, another creek on, up in the Blewett Pass area. We're going to take a look here and do a little prospecting. Found a nice little bench in here. We're going to see if there's anything on it. Well, we'll get started and we'll get back to you when we get all things all set up. Later. Give you a little flavor for what we're working with here. The creek's way down low, so it'll be a real slow running process on this sluice box. But we'll be looking at this this rock in here. We're on the inside corner of a bend. We'll see if we got anything in there. Give you a feel for what it's like in here. This picture makes it look a lot bigger than it is. It's really only about 8 feet across on this little bar right in here that I'll be working on. So we'll see what's going on. All right, I'll let you know what's happening when we get something to show you. Later. Okay, we got the sluice all set up. See if we can find some gravel to run in it. Some of this area that I was looking at over here has been worked, it looks like. So I might go upstream just a little bit and grab a couple samples up there. But when I get her set up and ready to roll, I'll bring the sample down. We'll run it down here for you. All right, I'll be back. All right, this is the spot I selected to dig. As you can see, I've got about one shovel full all the way around. So maybe a couple gallons or so of material. And I'm processing it just like I usually do with a 5-gallon bucket and screen. Okay, so wash, screen, throw the material back over around the hole so I can fill the hole back in when I'm done. The object of this is just to get a sample, so I'm not after finding lots and lots of gold. What I'm after is finding out if there's any gold up here at all. So if I can find 2 or 3 flakes in this little bit of material I'm running, then that's good. So it's essentially about a third of a 5-gallon bucket full of material I'm going to run through the sluice box. And then you can look up above here. I think you can see that. There's a creek coming in right up there. And there's another creek. The main creek's coming this way, coming down. Then this feeder creek's coming in from here. The place I'm looking at is right behind this little stand of alder in here. And that's why I selected this spot. So it's a nice quieting spot. It's back behind out of the flow. So if there's any water that lands in here, it'll be, and it's got gold in it, it'll be just flood gold, small stuff. But at least to give me a feel if there's any gold up here at all. One of the problems that I have is I've got club members asking me now whether this claim is any good or whether it's worth coming up here to, because it's one of our farthest ones up. And all I'm trying to do is find out if there's any gold up here so I can tell them honestly what I think about it. So that's what we're after. So let's finish processing this, and we'll take it over and we'll run it in the sluice box. All right, those rocks are washed well enough. I'm gonna dump them over here out of the way, and then we'll take this pile of rock or dirt and stuff that we've got in here. We'll run that in the sluice box and see what we get with it. You might hear it in the background. There's a fellow working downstream from me with a dredge. So I try to get far enough up where I could talk on the video and still do what I need to do and let you know what's going on. And all I'm doing is dumping this dirty water out up here as much as I can so it doesn't get into the creek. But there's the amount of material that we're going to run right here. I think you can see that. Anyway, that's what we're going to run, and we'll take that down and run it through the sluice box and we'll see what we get with it. All right, we'll come back as soon as we get set up. Okay, let's see what we got in here. I just heard something up the creek, big clump. So make sure we don't get visited by any wildlife. Never seen much up here, but one of the guys found a big pile of black bear scat up the hill. Quite a ways up from here, but anyway, up a ways, so there's no need pushing it. I don't carry any weapons with me, so ain't no need for that. Quite a bit of clay in this stuff. We'll see how well it holds, if it's got anything in it or not. The exchange down there in those riffles is working pretty good. Just keep it, don't want to feed it too fast. We don't have a lot of water flow in here. Anybody from Fish and Wildlife watching? Yeah, I've got it dammed just a little bit, but it's just so that I can run this. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll open it up. Other than that dredge pump, pretty quiet out here. You hear the gravel running down this sluice box. It sounds pretty good. It's working good. Watch to make sure that clay breaks up pretty good before it rolls down off the end of this. Well, this is a lot like watching paint dry, so I'm gonna shut you off, and we'll come back when I get ready to clean it up. Okay, all you gotta do is throw your sluice in a bucket. Throw some water on it. You got one clean sluice. The amount of material I got left to process is only, I don't know, maybe a half cup, 3/4 cup of material to run through the pan. So we'll pan that out, we'll see what we got. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I don't have a lot of room here, so I'm trying to
Okay, clean bucket. Everything we want to pan is in here now. Alright, we found there's some black sand in here. The pesky one in there won't come out. Well, we won't get rich, but there's 4 flakes in there, and they are tiny. But keep in mind, I only dug down about, maybe 6 inches. So I don't know if you can see it. There's one there, there's one back in there, and I lost the other 2, but they're in there. So I would say that was successful. So what we found out was that there's some gold up here, down shallow. So if you want to get to the bigger stuff, you got to get down deeper. Okay, good enough. That's it for now. Okay, this is another part of that same claim we were on earlier, and I'm looking down this gravel bar in here. Pretty steep sides on it. I would say it's probably about 30 degrees going toward the water, and then right in there is the toe of the bank. So it looks like some people have been working some of this a little bit. We'll take a couple samples in here and we'll see if we spot anything, and then we'll pan it out and see what we got. I think I'll probably just run it on the pan. There's not much water flow here, so later in the day, so we'll see if we can just pan it out and see if we can find any color in it at all. Okay, we'll get to panning and we'll see what we got. Okay, so for those of you that have never seen me do this, this works out with a classifier over the top of the gold pan. It'll hold about maybe a shovel and a half full of material, and then I've got to pan it out and see what's in there. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll proceed on and see if we can find anything in here. Okay, I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll try it and see. Okay, I've got a pan full of material and a classifier full of material. I'm going to get it wet now. See all the air bubbles coming out. I'll run my hands through a little bit, make sure everything's nice and wet. And then I'm going to shake it, and all the material that's in there will fall down into the gold pan. If it doesn't fall in the gold pan, it's too light to worry about anyway. Alright, do a quick look, make sure there's nothing in there that's worth
shouting about. Set that aside. Now I got a pan full, and I'm just going to work it, get it all shook up. Go forward, stop, rinse off the top part, bring it back, shake, 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 rattle, 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 slowly tilt it forward, stop. When you stop, that freezes all the material in the pan. So now the only stuff on the top is what I'm getting rid of. Okay. Rattle, 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 shake, 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 pan, pan, pan. Tilt it forward, stop. Just rinse it off. Okay. A little bit of black sand. One little flake of gold. Okay, that's one flake out of one shovel full, or 1.5 shovel full. Before we ran probably 8 to 10 shovelfuls out of that hole that we did earlier. So is that enough to tell if there's gold here or not? Well, it's enough to see that there's some gold here. We'll run this again, we'll try it again. I'll go dig some more, we'll try it, and we'll check it out, and we'll see. All right, hang in there. I'm back, did you miss me? All right, let's try it again. Let's see what we get. Throw some water in there. A lot of sand in this stuff. This is real light stuff. Two more itty bitty little flakes of sand of gold. So, what's the chances you dig a hole and find gold in it? Not much. I'm not very deep over there. It's enough to allow, as a preliminary prospecting, to say, okay, this is a spot to come back and look at a little bit more. This whole section of creek up here is not looking too bad. It's not great, but it's not looking too bad. Just a minute, I'll come over there and turn the camera around and show you right behind you there. I showed you the lower part of this, but here's the upper part. Up there where that bright sunlight's at, it goes back around a corner, comes back. So this is on the inside curve, and you can see right there that somebody's dug a test hole and tested it. They didn't carry down through here very far.
The other thing is that a lot of small gravel in here. That means that not a lot of heavy stuff is falling out in here. But I don't know if you can see in that water or not, but there's a couple of big rocks in there. So what we need to do is to get into the gold for this place is get down about at least 2 feet, maybe 3 feet to get into anything that looks like reasonable. Which kind of matches what I saw. One of the club members was working a spot up the creek from here, and he was finding some gold, not a lot, but finding some, and he was down about 3 feet. So that kind of jives with what I'm finding so far. Okay, good enough.